Now, I said in my last video that I'm going to rebuild the upper part of the Unicycle, so that's the battery holder and the seat. And I also said I had some aircraft parts, so what do we have? Well, we have this rather nice, no idea what it is. It's made of aluminium. It's been beautifully hand welded by the look of it. If you'll notice, the diameter of that's about 5.5 inches, which is also very similar to this, which is the I think I'm told it's from the wingtip of a Gloucester Meteor, and it's made of aluminium. The Gloucester Meteor was a kind of 50s, post-war early fighter. It's got this green light in it, and it's a rather nice sort of dome shape, and it also has a diameter almost exactly the same as this. So I'm thinking of having this on the tail of the Unicycle and this at the front, just because it looks really cool. And the seat will be above it. It'll be tubular and contain all the batteries. So what are we going to make the main tubular part of the frame from that's going to hold all the batteries? Well, now I searched a lot online, and you can get stainless steel chimney flue liner in 1-inch increment sizes, 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch, but there's a European size, okay, which is 5.5 inches in diameter. It's light, it's very strong. This white stuff is protective film which comes off, so it'll be shiny one day, and I can obviously use this as the main structure with a steel spar which will probably run along the top edge, and then a curved saddle on the top. How are we going to put our batteries in? What do our batteries look like? Well, here's a box of these Headway cells that I use. Each one is a lithium iron phosphate battery. I'm going to use 20 of them. Here's the BMS from Eclipse bikes, which will balance them all. And the idea is to machine my own battery holders. These will go on each end, so we'll have 2 groups of 7 and 1 group of 6. That one goes at the back, and this is one that's been loosely assembled, and you can see it's rather beautiful. So the groove is to allow for the steel spar which will run along the top inside the stainless tube under the seat. So these will be arranged in 3 sections joined together with threaded rod, and the whole lot with the BMS will be able to be slid out of the stainless steel tube, which means the battery pack can be used in any future design of device, because this pack is pretty expensive to build. I don't intend to build more than one. So here we have the front, middle and rear battery packs made up. Everything has to be carefully labelled. The next thing is to use these ring terminals to join all the junctions between the batteries to the BMS. Here's a diagram. This balances the cells and keeps them at the same voltage. Right, you may be wondering why I made this with this groove along the top. Well, the reason is there's going to be a top spar. It'll take the weight of everything. It sits in the groove. The whole battery pack will then slide into the stainless tube, and this will be plug welded through into the top of the tube, and the reason we've got a deeper groove at the back and there's only 6 cells is because this diagonal bracing strut, as you can see, the strut will partially go into the groove, which will allow us to slide the whole battery pack as far to the rear, this is the back of the machine, as possible. There'll be another piece that goes down here which has the hinges on it for the steering mechanism. So albeit being careful not to short things out, this will partly go into the groove, you see, like that. So it gets it as far back as possible. We also have at the front the result of a lot of work. So just take this out. There we go. We have the BMS, which, despite checking it over and over and over again, I managed to wire up back to front. And I put the plug in, a little bit of smoke came out, but nothing went bang. I quickly took the plug out again, so I'm hoping I've heated something up but not actually destroyed it, but we will see.